It was my birthday weekend last weekend, and look what I've got. This guy's pretty big. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to BobaChop14's channel, and we've got a big one for you. This might not be Unicron, but yeah, I got my first Combiner Transformers ever. I never planned on buying this, but my wife, shout out to my wife, she's amazing. She got me this for my birthday, and I'm gonna unbox this. I was really excited to open this up, but I didn't want to without an unboxing. So let's take a look at the box. This is the Power of the Primes Predaking, and you've got 5 Voyager Predacons over here, and they form to combine Predaking, and that's these 5 guys over here. So we've got Dive Bomb, Headstrong, Rampage, Razor Claw, and Torox, but it's really Tantrum. I don't know why they call him Torox. And as you can see at the back of the box, it says this guy combined is 18 inches big. We'll see how he stacks up against Voltron over there. And you've got the 5 Predacons and how many steps it takes to transform each one of them, and Power of the Primes on the other side. Another image of Predaking, not much on the other one, and as you can see, it says this one comes with Onyx Prime, and I'm excited as you guys are. Let's take this guy open, and here we go. Well, it comes with the instructions sheets. So for every Predacon, there's instructions on how to transform him. And then Predaking's bio card. It doesn't have the tech specs on the back, but it has all the Power of the Primes combinations when it combines with Predaking. Those are the matrices. Matrix of Power, and then it comes with a sticker sheet. Well, these are a lot of stickers. I won't be able to show them on video with me sticking them because it'll take a long ass time. And let's take a look at what's inside the box. And here they are. Boy, that's a lot. And here we've got all the Predacons out of the box, and boy, do they look awesome. These 5 Voyager class Predacons look as good, and I've got them all stickered up. All the labels are in. It's time to look at them one by one, but first let's compare the Predacons with some figures. So let's start the comparison with another combiner, a part of a combiner. Here's the red lion from Voltron. So this lion is much bigger than Rampage, who's a tiger. And another lion, Razor Claw, is much taller, but the red lion is much longer than he is. And we've got an Autobot. You've got him with the Headmaster Hot Rod, so that's how Hot Rod looks with the beast modes of these 5 Predacons. And last comparison, we've got my masterpiece Grimlock. Grimlock's pretty big. Well, that's how he fits in with all these combiners. So without further ado, let's transform these Predacons into their robot modes. So this is gonna be a pretty long video, so I'm gonna try to speed it up, and so I'm gonna transform both of these two who form the feet. I'm gonna transform them together because they both have pretty similar transformations from beast mode to robot mode. So we've got Tantrum or Torox here, and then we've got Headstrong. So these two transform into Predaking's feet and gonna take off their weapons here. So as you can see, the hands or the fists for Predaking are stored here. So let's take them both off and put them on the side. They can also be used as weapons in the robot mode for both. So here we're transforming Headstrong, and first off, you can transform his feet. So take this both off, and then you can tuck in the rhino feet in there, both sides, and then you can turn these, and then you can see this notch over here. It's got a notch in to this hole that will form his feet. So that's Headstrong's feet. You can do the same on the other side. So he's got pretty big feet. It's good for support because this guy is pretty back heavy. So you've formed his feet now, and now just turn around his head and then turn the hands down, and you've got his arms and his fists are already out. And then you can use this one. So this one slides into a notch on his shoulder, and that's how they look in the robot modes, and they're both weaponized. So there's Rampage, Torox, and Headstrong in the robot modes. They're pretty good, very solid, although they're very back heavy because this is the part that forms the thigh of Predaking. So we're done with both. So here's my favorite figure of the set. This is Dive Bomb. He's a hawk. He's got his twin cannons over here, and this guy has the most stickers of all the 5 Predacons, and I had to put all of these stuff here as well as the back. He's pretty nice figure, but his joints are pretty loose on mine. So pretty nice looking hawk. This is like, of all the 5, both in robot and beast modes, this is my favorite. So let's transform him into his robot mode. Take off these cannons, and then just split his legs, then accordion them out that way. Then just turn the waist so these gold patterns are facing you. Then take out his clawed feet. So because this guy's pretty back heavy, so this one aids in the support. And then for the arms, these arms are just lined up in there, so it's just pull them out, and then there's a notch here that's supposed to clip on a notch here when you put them into beast mode. So just fold out the arms, take out the fist, do the same on the other side. It's pretty easy transforming the Predacons from beast to robot mode. The toughest part of this is transforming them into the Predaking. So just open the beak for his head, and there you've got dive bomb in his robot mode. And we'll have his twin cannons again. So he looks pretty nice also in robot mode, just as well as in his beast mode. So there's dive bomb looking so awesome. His posability is pretty nice too. Of all the figures, he's the most posable, and you can pose him in a lot of poses. Oh, I dropped the cannon. Yeah, half of this guy forms the back of Predaking, the wings, and then half of him forms one of his arms. And here we've got Rampage, who for me is the weakest in the animal mode of all the Predacons. And why is that? Because of the possibility with the hind legs, it's this one stuck in that position. You can only move the paw, the lower leg like this. The front legs are not too bad. They've got a lot of mobility, but the head is stuck in this position. You can't move it. You can only move it up and down, but no turning back. It can't go up, it can't go side to side, but you can open its mouth though. Come on. So that's that. And that's the only possibility of Rampage and his tiger mode. So let's turn him into the robot mode. So we take off that rifle first, fold up the rear paws like that. Okay, and then you can pull out the legs. This part is really tough. Oh, you can accordion the legs down. This leg on my is very hard, but the other one's very easy to dislodge. So accordion them down, then lock into place, and same thing on the other side. Just push it in so it will lock. Because it's this tab over here will tab into this place. That's what locks it in. And then you take down the paws and will become his feet. So you have the lower part of his body done, and then this part will become his backpack. And this is what becomes the connector for Predaking. So you just turn it around and like that, and then this part tabs into this part. So there's a tab here to lock his torso in. There. And then this one, just fold out his arms, and his front paws just fold over there. Same thing on the other side. Take out the arms. So it's just this tab will tab into here. Then you can pull out his arms, his fist, I mean. And then you just take out his head. And there you've got Rampage in his robot mode. Even though in his robot mode and he got his rifle over here, I'm not really impressed with him. The posability on robot mode is pretty nice. You can pose him in more poses than he's in tiger mode. His backpack doesn't look that bad, so it's much better looking on his robot mode. So there we've got Rampage. Well, of all the 5, this is my least favorite. And now we've got the leader and the torso, half torso of Predaking. We've got Razor Claw, and he's a lion in his beast mode. He's got his cannon over the top, his hind legs. He's got his 2 guns at the front. It's really awesome. This could have been my favorite of the 5, but this part is the only thing that I don't like, especially when they transform into the Predaking torso. And even this part, this is supposed to lock into this notch, but it doesn't really do anything. It's not too bad. And then to get the Onyx Prime matrix, he's in his head. So there's the Onyx Prime. Okay, so that's just the matrix, Onyx Prime matrix. You can take him out. And it's just like the normal Micromaster. So he goes back in here. And his cannon, this part just latches over here. So now it's time to turn Razor Claw into his robot mode. So first off, we take care of the legs. So what to do? Open this up, then fold this down, and then his hind legs will fold into here. So this is also one of the things that I'm talking about. This notch is supposed to lock into this one, but it never reaches it. So that's one of the parts that I don't like about Razor Claw. So do that on the same on the other side. So folds there, that becomes his feet. So turn it around, so you got the feet and the lower body done. And for the upper body, just take the lion head and then turn it around, and this becomes Razor Claw's chest. And then these ones will become his arms. Turn it forward, then the guns, you just turn it around like this. So turn it around, those will lock into place. Then his forearms, you just move it forward and then pop out his fist. So he's got an elbow joint. And then his head, you just take it out here, turn around, and now you've got Razor Claw in his robot mode, and it's not bad looking robot mode. It's pretty nice in his robot mode. He's got his gun over here. And he's pretty poseable in his robot mode too. But I still like Dive Bomb over him just because of this part, the back of his legs. It's really flimsy. So now we've got all of them in the robot modes. It's time for a group shot. So it's time for the Predacons group shot. As you can see, the tallest of the 5 are the legs. Both Tantrum and Headstrong are really tall, while Razor Claw and Dive Bomb are almost the same height. And then this guy Rampage is the smallest of the group. So it's time for some comparisons. And we've got Deluxe Hot Rod. So that's how he scales up with the Predacons. So here we go. And then of course I'm gonna bring in the masterpiece, Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots. So it's pretty big, and I like how they scale together, so it's gonna look nice in my display. So enough with the size comparisons, it's time to form Predaking. So just like Voltron, first thing we're gonna do is form feet and legs. So take off their weapons, as these gray pieces will become the legs and the fists for Predaking. So as you can see, this will become the feet, and you can take this thing out. His fists are in here. So now you've got both fists out, and then both feet. So let's transform the two of them into Predaking's legs. So first off, you turn on the head, then this part, you just take it up, and then you turn this thing so it faces this way, and then the ratchet, you just fold it down, because this one will slide into the torso, and then the arms, just fold it this way, okay, they look like that on the back. Then the legs is just like from robot mode, you just turn him back into the beast mode configuration, fold this back in, so these notches will lock into here. So same thing on the other side, you lock them in, then just fold this, and then these notches will lock into the legs over here. It's these two holes, so you can see. Take this out first, and then lock it in. The legs are pretty secure. So now you've got ankle tilt, as well as like a calf tilt, and then his knee joint. It's pretty nice when Predaking becomes assembled. And now you can see how big this guy is gonna get. Those are his two legs, and now let's take care of the arms. So now we've got Rampage, so take out his gun, so put his head back in. Okay, there we go. And then these notches over here will lock into the pegs in the arms, and his arms, just fold in the fists back, and it's just gonna look like the same as this one except for the fist. And then you just take it up a little bit, and then that's the configuration for the arm mode. Just slide this in later for the torso. So we're gonna clip in the fist. Okay, you just accordion the legs back just like he's in beast mode, and then that's the time you put the fists in. Now you've got his arm mode. that's one of Predaking's arms, and let's get on to the other one. So Dive Bomb is almost the same as Rampage, except for that this guy is two parts of Predaking's body. So you have to take the wings out because it forms his backpack. So you just slide it out, because it's the same thing here that slides into Predaking's torso. It's the same thing that slides into the wings. So we'll just take the wings to the side, and this part will transform the same as almost the same as Rampage. So this part, we fold his toes in, then you accordion the legs, lock into place, and then the same with the arms. Oops. You fold in the fists, and then the only difference is with Rampage, his arms were here at the side. This one, the arms will fold to the front, as you can see. So that folds to the front. So it looks like this. So this one's the same thing. It'll slide on to Predaking's torso. So what's happened to his fist, you just lock it in the same as we did on Rampage, and close both legs. So once you've got that locked in, you just turn it around, oops, this way, and you've got the other arm. So you've got both arms done. So this is how they will look. And then Predaking's cannon, Dive Bomb's cannons, just take out this one, and this will peg into the hole at the side. Same thing with Rampage, he's got holes over here for the guns. And you will see how they look like later when we form Predaking. So if you're still with me, thank you very much for hanging around. So we've got the last part, the torso. So Razor Claw's cannon forms with Rampage's cannon to form Predaking's weapon. So you just stick them on together. So that's Predaking's rifle. And then this guy, turn him into the torso, just turn his head around, then lock it in, and then put it back into the lion, turn it around, put it back to the beast mode configuration. But then you have to take this out so that his chest looks bigger. So that locks it in, so that's a bigger chest. And then for the guns, just turn it around this way and put the fists back. And then the fists, the arms, if you can see this notch over here, we lock into the holes over here. So just turn them here, then lock them into place. Same thing on the other side. You hear a click, so that means it's locked in. And now this part, you just take out the side main, and this is the part that It's really flimsy on Predaking, so just put it back to the beast mode configuration. So his legs are kind of hanging around his back, so it's just like that. Just leave it like that. And then the head, just take it up back, take it out, and then these notches will notch into here, but they really don't lock that well. So once you got his head out, just lock it in. Then you've got Predaking's torso almost done. So let's take care of the legs. So the wings will become the part of the lower torso. So you just take out the wings like that, then turn this around, and as you can see, turn it that way. So from this way, turn it that way, so that this part will slide in to this notch over here, which is pretty hard to do. So once you have it slide in over here, so that's pretty secure. So you have his torso now. Let's put in the legs and the arms and form Predaking. You got headstrong, slide it in. Got one leg done, and then we have Tantrum on the other end. See, this guy is getting pretty big, so let's take it out so you can see the whole figure. As you can see, this really big guy to get into frame. And then dive bomb. You see this notch over here? That's where this notch will slide in. Forming Voltron is way easier than Predaking, in my opinion. So we've got his one arm in, and as you can see, he's got his cannons, and for the wings you can see this holes will lock into the notch over here, so that will secure the wings firmly. Let's get his other arm. This guy will slide into the other arm. This guy gets pretty heavy too. Now the wings will lock it into place. Then this cannon got this peg over here, will peg into his arm, and you have Predaking assembled and ready to fight. This guy is really big. As you can see over there, it's a pretty big Decepticon. And size comparison to see how big this guy is, let's put in the other combiner in my collection. Are you ready to fight? Got the defender of the universe, Voltron. And as you can see, he's got the height advantage. So that's Voltron over there. Clearly taller. Got Grimlock. Grimlock's pretty big too. And then we got Masterpiece Optimus Prime as well. I really like how Predaking scales up to these figures, so it's pretty awesome to look at, pretty awesome in display. I'll probably display him as Predaking in my collection because he looks way better and way more monstrous in his Predaking form than as separate. So that's it, guys. What do you think of Predaking? Guys, thank you for hanging around for this very long video, and as always, do it with style or don't do it at all. And watch out for my upcoming videos. You got unboxing of Bumblebee, and you got Siege Soundwave with Laserbeak and Ravage. Again, thank you guys for watching. See you next time.